jump to the next page, and I am going to only reveal these two. So what I want you to do just now, please, is can you take example 2, this is carrying on from yesterday, so example 2 down, and write down example A, this equation, which is x plus 3 all over 2 is equal to 10. So the difference here is that we have more than one thing as the numerator in a fraction. We've got x plus 3 as the numerator. It really doesn't change a whole lot, which you'll see in a wee second. So the process doesn't change from that equation with fraction in a starter. The first thing you are going to do is undo the fraction, get rid of the fraction. This whole fraction is dividing by 2, so the way to undo divide by 2 is to multiply by 2. Now, the difference here is that this is one single fraction, so this is only one term. So you don't multiply both of these things by 2, you just do it once, because they are in one fraction, it's one term. But I then also have to remember to multiply this by 2 over there. Okay, now this is the mistake people were making yesterday, so please listen carefully to this. By multiplying this by 2, it cancels out with the divide by 2 on the bottom. So that cancels with that. That is now this taken care of. It does not, these things do not get multiplied by 2. A few of you were doing that yesterday and saying that that was then 2x plus 6. No, all the times 2 does is get rid of the fraction. Then all I've got left is whatever is on top. I've just got the numerator left and that doesn't change. So it's x plus 3 equal to 10 times 20, 10 times 2, that's obviously 20. Obviously it's now extremely straightforward. All I have to do is take away 3 and then I'm there. So x equals 17. Okay. Next example, I've actually got 3 examples to show you, I've forgotten. So next example is example B. Copy it down just now. I'm keeping an eye on the comments. I've got the comments on my phone while I'm doing the lesson on my tablet. So if you do have any comments, any questions, just say something. Alistair Armstrong wants to be invited. Okay. No props. So copy down that example that you can see and I'll just quickly invite this person. Right, so x plus 3 over 2 minus 3 equals 10. Now, the only difference in this one, really, is that I've got an extra term to deal with here. That's the only difference. I've got a minus 3. Okay, so all I need to remember to do is when I times everything by 2, I need to remember to times this thing by 2 also. So I'm going to times my fraction by 2, that's going to undo that. I'm going to times my minus 3 by 2, and I'm going to times my 10 by 2. Right? So I like to get rid of the fraction first. So that times by 2 cancels with the fraction, just leaves me with x plus 3. Minus 3 times 2 is minus 6. And again, 10 times 2 is 20. So now there's actually just a little bit of tidying up to do on the left hand side before I add or subtract anything. So don't try and add or subtract to both sides at this point. Tidy this bit up first. That is x plus 3 minus 6, so that's x minus 3 equals 20. Okay, so tidy up those numbers first. Now I've got my last line, which is just to add 3 to both sides, so that's going to be x equals 23. Okay, again, any questions, just let me know in the comments. And the last example I'm showing you is slightly harder. Okay, slightly harder still. This was actually that example E that I told you to ignore from that video yesterday. We're now going to do it today. So difference again here is that I have not just one thing, not just a number as the denominator, I have an expression as the denominator, x minus 4. Okay, so copy this down and I'll show you how we do it. 2x plus 4 all over x minus 4 equals 6. So again, my first priority is to get rid of the fraction. The way I get rid of any fraction is I multiply everything by the denominator. It just so happens this time that the denominator isn't just one number, it is this expression. Doesn't really matter though. So I'm going to multiply everything by x minus 4. So I multiply that by x minus 4 and I multiply this by x minus 4. So whatever the denominator is, you multiply by that. Now this looks like it's going to get complicated on the left. Actually it isn't, because the multiplication and the bottom of the fraction cancel each other out, and I'm just left with 2x plus 4. And then on the right it is just 6 bracket x minus 4. So it's just a little bracket that I need to expand. Okay, so our next port of call is to expand this bracket on the right. My pen could actually write something. So 2x plus 4 equals, now we expand this bracket, we multiply through by 6. So that's going to be 6x minus 24. And what I now am left with is an equation with x on both sides. So to solve these ones, first thing I want to do from this point is to get all the x's onto one side, then get all the numbers on the other side. So I want to keep my x's positive, so rather than getting the minus 6x to get the x's over here, which is going to leave me with minus 4, I don't want a minus 4, I want to keep things positive, so I'm going to actually take away 2x first. So take away 2x, take away 2x. So that is going to keep my x terms positive on the right. So I've got 4 equals 4x minus 24, and then you are going to have to add 24 to both sides. So we'll get there eventually. This one is quite a long example. So I've got 28 is equal to 4x, and then you are divided by 4, and that's you finally finished. 7 equals x, or x equals 7. Doesn't matter which way round we do it. Okay, so the fundamental starting point in every one of these is that when you start with a fraction, the first thing you do is you get rid of that fraction by multiplying up by the denominator. Okay, I've got 3 for you to try yourself, very similar to these 3. Do them now. I'm going to give you until give you 4 minutes to try these for yourself before we get started on our own examples. Any issues or questions you have, just shout out. I'll move, sorry, 2 seconds, I'll move example C up so that you can see it. Okay, so you've got A, B and C there. Okay, give you 4 minutes using the same exact process as we've just done. Go now. Just to say, for anyone that was late or is missing some of the examples, maybe it was too quick for you, for example, I am recording this lesson, so you will be able to catch up later by watching the video. Okay, you have about a minute and a half still to go. Try and get through A, B and C. Okay, so I am going to go over the answers to these now. Hopefully that should be enough time for you to get answers for these. I'm going to move these things back down and let's see how you got on. So, first thing you should have done in the first one is get rid of the fraction, which is a divide by 3. So you're going to multiply every term by 3. Remember, that does not affect the numerator. All it does is it cancels with the denominator. So x minus 2 stays untouched. And that's all we've got left on the left hand side. 4 times 3 is 12. And then I have plus 2 to both sides. So x equals 14. Can you give me a little hands up if you got that one correct? Okay, I think that's most of us, all of us. Fantastic. Okay, let's move on to the next one then. Hands down. Next one, if I can find it. There she is. X minus 2 over 3 plus 4 equals 4. Okay, so first thing is get rid of the fraction. Again, we're going to multiply by 3. Sorry, trying to get the pen to work. Multiply every term by 3. Okay, so times 3 cancels with there. I've got x minus 2 plus 12 equals 12. Sort out this little bit there, which is x minus 2 plus 12. That's going to be x plus 10 equals 12. Take away 10 and that's me done. 12. Take away 10, x equals 2. Hands up if you managed to get that one okay. Okay, about half of us. Don't know if the rest of you. Oh no, yeah, right, good stuff. No, yeah, that's good. Okay, hands down, please. And the last one, and if you get the last one correct, you're really doing fantastically well with this. So, let's see. Come on. Oh dear. Goodness. Right, okay. 2x minus 6 over x plus 5 equals 4. First thing we're going to do is then multiply by the denominator. So the denominator is x plus 5. So we're going to multiply both, or every term, by the denominator. This is just one term. This whole thing is one term, so we only need to multiply it once. That goes with that. I've got 2x minus 6 equal to 4 bracket x plus 5. 2x minus 6 stays where it is just now. I'm going to expand that bracket. 4x plus 20. Easier to move the 2x to the right and move the numbers to the left. So minus 2x on both sides, and then take away 20 from both sides. So that's going to be minus 26 equals to 2x. Minus 6 minus 20 is minus 26. And then dividing both sides by 2, minus 13 is equal to x.